Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome to the daily political tarot and astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I am here literally every single day of the year. And other than two emergencies, I've been here every single day for over 5 years. So, but I just keep showing up, and every day there's new art, there's new colors, there's new, or combinations at least, there's new questions, there's new stuff every single day. Fresh, poppin' fresh. All right. We have epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community because you have been so kind to each other. You've been so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. Don't forget, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go. So you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on 1.25 speed or whatever works for you. So, all right, having a little difficulty here. So I'm running a few minutes late because I was trying to find the graphic. A graphic that I was using a couple of months ago, and I couldn't find it very quickly. And I'm having trouble with my positioning this thing today. It's very strange. All right. Okay. So I guess I'm going to have to wing it to explain something that's happening right now and why there might be some tension in the air, and why thinking about the dear leader jerk, why it's kind of stressful right now, is why it's more stressful than usual. I'm just gonna have a quick look here to see if I've got this. I should have it handy. And because I keep the astrology stuff right here. I should be able to download it. So, on today's episode, we're going to have a brief talk again about a fixed star called Algol, which is nightmarish and awful, and how Dumpy might be feeling it right now. And the SAVE Act passed in the House, it is headed to the Senate. This is the one we were talking about where, gee golly willikers, who's going to need to, as someone whose current legal name is different from the name on my birth certificate, even though I'm in a blue state, so but not everybody is, and I might need to make sure I go forward with getting my new passport, because that's the SAVE Act. Huzzah. And the dumpster fire of a president we have is demanding his new head of the FCC pull CBS's license and, quote, impose maximum fines and punishment, unquote, because 60 minutes was unflattering to him. Yeah. So, 60 minutes was unflattering to him. So, CBS should be punished. Tell me you are a pathetic loser of a leader with thin skin and you're weak, without telling me how weak you are just outright. All right. Well, for what it is worth, I have just found what I was looking for, and I'm sorry that I am distracted as I'm just trying to pull this up. Like I said, I was looking and looking and looking. So I'll just move this over here like this. I will erase this, which is very confusing. I will erase that. I will download this, page 102, transparent background. Go to. And yes, you could come up here. You're all right. That was Bobo. I'm usually a little better organized than this. It just sometimes. All right. Upload. And now I just have to find. It's going to be that kind of day. Here we go. Got it. All right. Now we're cooking with gas. So let's just have a quick look. Chris Cool was mentioning this, reminding me, thank you, that here we go, in Dumpy's chart. Now, these are older graphics. Mars isn't in Taurus right now. Yes, are we sharpening our claws? Very, oh so very loudly. Yes, you got very sharp claws. Yes, you're going to have really sharp claws because he's big. He got all mad because I trimmed his nails yesterday, day before. And now he's just up against that cat tree. Like, I am going to get these things sharp again. Goofus. All right. Yeah, Mars is actually in Cancer. But, hi. Algol is kind of a nightmare. So, these basic things are right, but basically what's happening is Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus here. It's the crypto farmer. It's is a good way to start thinking about it. But Uranus, remember, it's the planet that spins sideways. Its axis isn't like this, like ours. It's not only is it like this, it's actually tilted slightly. So it's what would be its north pole is actually a little bit lower than its south pole. Yeah. So it's, instead of pirouetting around the sun, it's actually it's like a bowling ball, and it's just throwing off all kinds of energy out of the blue. But it is about the Uranus rules Aquarius, which is about the collective, which is technology, which is thinking outside the box. We love our Aquarians. So, but it hit, when it first entered Taurus, right before it entered Taurus, there was a lot of talk that it would really be a huge boost for cryptocurrency and things like that. So while Mars in Taurus, when it's in Taurus, is the farmer, it goes from being the soldier in Aries to, what is it they say about melting down your sword to be a plow? Mars becomes a farmer in Taurus. Uranus is crypto farmer, just so. And it doesn't have to be crypto, but it's definitely bolt out of the blue, crazy, crazy, crazy. Now, your midheaven is at the top of your chart. Your midheaven is, this is your status in life. This is how you achieve status. This is how you climb that corporate ladder, or some variation thereof. Back in the day, when women would get married, like today, we'd look at like Libra, the 7th house. We'd look at like partnership. No. Back in the day, when a woman got married, they would look at her midheaven. They'd look at her 10th house. They'd be looking up here because getting married changed your status so much. How sad. But that's what the midheaven is. Dumpy has his midheaven in Taurus, and that is the first of the air signs. And it's earthy. It's material. It's values and valuables. And when Taurus goes bad, it is lazy, but it is staggeringly, painfully materialistic, as in material things mean more than people, than anything else. Gosh, doesn't sound like anyone I know. And there are also these things out there called fixed stars. From our perspective, it's fixed. They've been in basically the same place for a long, long time. And there is this star called Algol. It's a fixed star, and it's been at 26 Taurus for a long time, from our perspective. And Algol is just a nasty piece of work. It's one of the most chaotic, angry, cruel. How would you best describe Algol? Those who know, it is awful. It's considered one of the worst fixed stars to have to deal with. Dumpy's midheaven is at 25 degrees of Taurus. The fixed star Algol is at 26 degrees of Taurus. They're 1 degree apart. So anytime that Dumpy has been successful, raised his status, there's always been this cruel energy right there. This cruelty, this awfulness. Now, there are nice people who have their midheaven near Algol, but they succeed in spite of this. But Cindy says it's the Loki of the stars. I'd say it was meaner than that. Chris Cole says Algol is the demon star. Yeah, I think that's closer. Cindy says, where's your own midheaven on the chart? Anyone? It is. It'll be MC is the abbreviation. Medium Celi. Medium Celi. Imum Celi is at the bottom. Medium Celi is at the top. Midheaven, it begins your 10th house. It's the line that divides your 9th house from your 10th house. Okay. So this is normally now, like your ascendant, like my ascendant's in Gemini. So when I'm dealing with people, when I'm acting in that way, people see me as I'm talking, I'm communicating, that kind of thing. I have I do like people, but there's this Gemini ascendant makes it maybe look like I'm more social than I actually am. It depends, but I really enjoy communicating, and that's what people know me for. That's what they see. But when something goes over, a planet transits over one of these things they're called angles. Your ascendant, your midheaven, what have you. These are your angles. Things get magnified when there's a planet going over it, or there's a planet in your chart on it. Uranus, crazy Uranus, is transiting over Dumpy's midheaven right now, again, which is 1 degree away from the demon star. Crazy, crazy energy. Trump's status in the world, demon star. The last couple of times it did this, I believe wasn't one of the times, Chris Cole, wasn't it one of the times that someone may have kind of, let's say, tried to put an end to Trump's status, an end to Trump's everything? Bolts out of the blue. So when anything is going over Trump's midheaven, sometimes it helps him, like Jupiter. Sometimes it doesn't. But it always sets off that bad energy. When he climbs the ladder of success, he just spreads this energy everywhere he goes. Yay. So, yeah. Crisco says yes, and that person lost his life. Yeah. So Uranus has been transiting back and it's been retrograding, going forward, and now it's right now, today, it's right back here. Yay. So anyway, yeah. And also the following time was in November on election day. Was it on election day or near election day? I didn't have time to look it up. So yeah, there's just this craziness is happening right now. So even anything around Trump is even more cruel and chaotic right now. Great. It will move on. It just takes time. The relatively good news for us, I showed you this the other day. Hi. That there's this huge, just in the sky right now, there's this huge grouping of things, of stuff. This was the other day where you had in Pisces, you had Mercury, Venus, Saturn, and then Neptune had just moved into Aries. So there was all of this energy, and a lot of that is still that's still in effect, which this puts a real damper on caring, on decency. And before new thing in StreamYard, slides and PDFs. Interesting. All right. One last thing. All right. These are the transits on Dumpy's chart right now. And I'm just showing you this so you can see that he has lucky Jupiter going over his own Uranus sun. So lucky, expansive Jupiter, it's like great. Like that man needs any more luck, which is also in a good aspect farther down to Jupiter in his own chart. Some people were born with serious luck in their chart, and he's one of them, unfortunately. The other thing to notice here is, excuse me, there's Uranus on his midheaven, which has some good aspects, hither and yon. But where was it? I thought there was something in, where was, sorry. I feel like I've lost my mind. 26. Oh, it's like buried underneath. I've never seen that. It's buried. There is some kind, the Saturn symbol isn't here. It's in the same place as Mercury, Venus, what have you here. That's funny. But it's the symbol's hidden because there's so much right there. That's funny. Okay, Saturn puts a wet blanket on things. That is still there. So we're hurting a little bit. Plus the sun is finally starting to move away from Chiron, that wound that won't heal. So collectively, at least our sense of self, we're at least a step away. It's gone a step past that wound that will not heal, that feeling of helplessness, of weakness. So we should start feeling a little better. Unfortunately, he has this Jupiter right over there. But the chaos with Trump right now is more than normal, and the cruelty is an unusual cruelty, is more than normal. Okay, and that is that. Thus endeth the lesson. So I wanted to share all that with you. And now we have the kitties. Okay, that was that. There was just a headline right now that just came through, which I had already heard about. And I don't know why this is not showing what it just showed, but basically, it doesn't say. Okay, I just saw a headline, but it's not appearing on my notifications now. But I heard earlier that because Trump was saying that Mr. Garcia, who is in the El Salvadoran gulag, that the head of El Salvador said, not letting him go. Just a big meh. So Star says, how much more of this can we take? Oh, as much as that we need to. We're not giving up. I'll drag you with me if I have to. Come on. We're not giving up. We're not giving up our democracy. We're not giving up our country. We're not even giving up the color red. Just, they can go whistle. Not happening. Preschool says astrology explains why El Salvador's dictator is visiting fatuous 47. Well, certainly unusual, but boy, the wow, that's a whole level of cruelty that, gosh, I don't have that on my bingo card. So, at 22:35. So dumpy El Salvador. The dumpster fire administration is saying that, the Supreme Court said we have to facilitate the return of Mr. Garcia. That just means if he ever finds his way back here, then we have to change his status. I don't think that's what the Supreme Court meant. So the question is the Supreme Court going to put Dumpy in his place and make it perfectly clear what they meant, that he can't spin this? Dancing Blue says, side note, I do like today's overlay. When the news gets tough, the tough seek cats. Yes. This poor man. Mark saying April 19th, hands off National Protest Day. 5 days from now. Thank you. I don't have a Supreme Court here. I do have Democrats, though, working together, making a big deal of this. Resources. Yeah, he's playing Melted Toddler, which is one of his Trump's favorite games is Melted Toddler. Oh, I can't do anything. I don't want to do that thing, so I can't do anything. Gosh, I know, I just can't. And that wussy voice he does drives me crazy. We're going to bring back the greatness of the... I realize why most people do an impression of him when they're like, and we're going to do this, and it's going to be like this. But that's not... He only talks about that. He only talks that way part of the time. A lot of the time, he does that wussy, weak voice. It's pathetic. They're institutions. We had some hope, but look, corruption, major arcana corruption, right in the middle. Good for the reading. Facilitate, do the thing. And okay, institutions, we're going to do this, and no, corruption. And then I have Democrats. Now, unfortunately, this is minor arcana. It's not as strong as these, which is sad. I don't like that I don't have the Supreme Court here in these cards right up front saying, oi. No, it says eternal victim voice. Yeah. Yeah, but they're all about manliness. And they have these, then they do these wussy voices. It's like, really? I mean, I don't, you know, if they were just decent human beings, I wouldn't care how they talked. But that he's saying Fatuous 47 has not 1 ounce of decency. Correct. I agree 100% on that. I'm getting melted toddler energy. That's all I'm getting. That's a refusal. Just refusal. Dangerous, dangerous refusal. Working under false pretenses. Oh, Joanne, thank you so much. Things will get better. Thanks for being a light. Thank you so much. It really, really helps. Thank you. There is the King of Swords. So he's in charge. But you do have the power. He knows that. Knight of Wands. They're laughing. Oh, no, we can't. Sorry, Supreme Court. Wheel of Fortune. So you think, okay, all right, great, movement, change, excellent, and Hermit. Not good. Thank you, Amy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Brayman says Merrick Garland should be impeached, and well, he wouldn't be impeached. He's not in there anymore. But for not properly prosecuting felon 45 in a timely fashion. Yeah, well, yeah, not been one of my favorite people. But oh, Louis, thank you. Gifted 10 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. And I'm so sorry. Miss Gibson said the only thing that is going to change is if the Supreme Court holds them accountable. Yep. Yep. Sherry has some more information about this case. Okay. I'm not liking this energy. Then again, I side with his young children who want him home. Funny that. Mark says the military parade will be a kazoo marching band playing YMCA. Oh yeah, we're gonna ask about the Pennsylvania arson, but Burden, he's not the only one. They've done this awfulness too, or this kind of awfulness too. 10 of Swords, ouch. Page of Swords. His lawyer, seriously, Mr. Garcia's lawyer is doing yeoman's work. He is working really, really hard. Have you seen any interviews with him? He's just a regular guy who is obviously working really hard against the entirety of the Trump administration and Department of Justice. And he's just fighting the good fight. Bless him. yeah, Trump and his ilk will increasingly feel more beaten up because of these awful decisions. There is an Ace of Swords, which would be something new, but there's the Emperor getting in the way. So maybe they will clarify, but then all Dumpy has to do is keep playing games. So the Supreme Court says, bring him back now. Trump's just going to play games. And as long as Trump and his ilk are able to do this, they have the perfect way to disappear people. And traditionally that isn't good grammar, but it's accurate because that's the term that's used when you kidnap people off the streets and stick them in an oubliette in another country. Wow. Just wow. Bismo says, hello, Bismo. I'd rather live in a porta potty than attend a Trump parade. Almost. Hey. Okay. It's just awful. I wish I was getting better information. All right, Cosmic Goat Lady was asking at 32 minutes in, was asking about the SAVE Act, which basically says if your name doesn't match what's on your birth certificate, well, gosh, golly, we don't know that you're really you. So maybe you can't register to vote, or maybe you can't vote at all, even if you are registered, because you can't, more and more, maybe you can't, you can only vote in person. You can only vote on the day, which is what they're pushing. Brenda says, hello, Autumn. Hoping you and the community are keeping your chins up. I hope so. I hope so too. We're doing our best. We're going to get through this. So the House has passed the SAVE Act. It's going to the Senate, and you know Dumpy's going to sign it. So who else has filled out the paperwork for a new passport? Because mine went out of date years and decades ago. So Amy says, then you have to find your marriage certificate. What a scam to keep people from voting. It'll affect red states disproportionately. Mm-hmm. Yes, it will. It's going to hurt Republicans. SAVE Act. This ends up with MAGA on the defensive. Strength. There, look, not everybody can, so sorry. Not everybody can afford a real ID or a passport. It's a poll tax. You have to pay to get these specific types of identification. But if we get the word out and we really, really push this, there are a lot of women who will scrape together the money and jump through the hoops and get this done. Just to poke MAGA metaphorically in the eye. You're not taking away my vote. Hermit, but yeah, there are definitely people who will be isolated, but it's going to be their votes as more, as much or more than Democratic votes. 7 of Pentacles. Oh yeah, of course, the wealthy or disproportionately will have more success, of course. But there's a big old judgment there, and this is my card for voting. And you can end up feeling really, really weak and helpless and powerless against just your little votes, against the state. But your little vote matters more than you know. And we need you. We really need you. So they're going to try. Is the SAVE Act going to 3550? Will the SAVE Act affect Republicans or Democrats more? Save. Lou says, and they are the family party attacking marriage. Yes. Yes, indeed. Vicky says, women are not going to put up with it. A lot of them aren't. Unfortunately, there are some women and men, but traditionally women get paid less anyway, who are going to be hurt by this, and it's infuriating. So this stupidity of theirs, cruelty, disenfranchising, un-American action, is this going to end up hurting Republicans more or Democrats? Well, it's not, here's the thing, it's not going to do great, not going to do great things for anyone whose skin is, let's say, less the color of paper than mine. I do. My father's a carrot top redhead. I have blue tones in my skin, and I'm like a piece of paper. It's just ridiculous. You never want to see me in a bathing suit. Seriously. When I get really, really tired, all this right here, it looks like a road map, like a blue road map. Like a road map of the states. It's just awful. Anyway, here's the thing, though, with them disenfranchising people who are not lily white, that includes the Republican, like the Cubans in Florida who voted heavily for Trump. Yeah. Amy says, autumn and the sun, probably not the best combo. Oh, absolutely. Oh, no. I don't do sun. Mm-mm. I'll shovel snow, but don't make me mow the lawn. Oh, in the heat, no. All right. 4 of Cups, that's a refusal. So they're trying to refuse. Don't eat my plant. Don't eat my plant. Don't eat my plant. Meow. But Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, but King of Cups. So, excuse me. Don't eat my plant. Don't eat my plant. Don't eat my plant. Thank you. This is Democrats really stepping up. This is a battle, metaphorical battle. But we need to do the things. They're trying to take our vote away. These awful actions, hoping that they can get their people, the Republicans, they're the little people, to vote against their own best interest. But and it ends with King of Cups. Knight of Cups is in there. We're not taking this quietly. We're not taking this lying down. So there will be a big push. Good. Who says Boo Boo is hilarious? Julie says, speaking of toddlers, yes. Amy says, you should see the look Boo Boo just gave you. Oh, is he mad? He keeps trying to eat Flora. The chomper on the edges. All right. Oh, Sandra Lee says, it might be cheaper to just do a name change. Hope it doesn't mess up my Social Security. Oh, gosh, Sandra, you poor thing. Just living in my car now, so not sure where my birth certificate ended up. Oh, bless you. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Praying for you. Bless you. Okay. All right, let's have a brief infuriating intermission. I've share screen. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, look at that. Get rid of the overlay. The chairman of the Federal Communications Commission that regulates communications by radio, television, internet, satellite, cable in the United States is one of the many people, the Republicans, who are now wearing Trump profile pins like he's Mao. Yeah. 42 minutes in. Trump is now mandating his cabinet and loyalists wear the, and I cannot get over the name, he's calling it the, ready for this? Trump Golden Bust. Actually, I think that describes Trump overall. He's a big, gaudy, ugly bust. Yes, dear. Like his businesses are a bust. Yeah. This isn't the first time I've seen this. This is a thing. So, hi. It's okay. I just don't want you eating the plant. You're so good. So, just like Stalin, Chairman Mao, North Korea. So, will we see this in Citizens 2? Is this the new red hat? Yes. Yes, Lewis. What a pathetic, small, whiny, stupid, evil man. Yes. Hello, precious. You're so soft. You're so soft and warm. Yes, you are. Oh, the purry kitty. So, yeah. Stop screen. No. He's a kitty. Actually, we don't need that because there is a kitty. Okay. So the Agolf Twitler wasn't enough of a comparison. We're going full Stalin Mao, huh? Great. Yes, and Joyce agree. Wearing it with a smile. But let me tell you how I really feel. Oh, he's a cuteness. Yes, he is. We need good energy. Okay, we're Americans. Think about it this way. Would Jimmy Stewart do this? Would Jimmy Stewart go along with this? What would Jimmy Stewart do? The man who fought in World War II. The man who didn't want to do this one particular movie right away because he thought it might be disrespectful for him to be like actually get back from the war and immediately start working on something that wasn't about whatever the wasn't war related. What would the greats, the great people, the people who sacrificed for in World War II? Why? Oh, I like that. Katie Arbuckle says, "Oh, finally showing his commsy nature. Commie and Nazi equals commsy." I like it. Oh, de purry kitty. And yes, Veronica, I wonder if they're made in China. What do you think? He's a good boy. So, yes, Crisco, what would Bob Hope have to say? Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands, Empress. Yeah, not in our lifetime, not on our watch. No, it's the kind of thing they want to mandate. He wants to mandate because he's such a pathetic little worm that he needs everyone wearing a picture of him, a pin that's about him. The whole country, it's all about him. Okay. Oh, purry kitty. Can you hear him purring? You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Precious. So, you're a good boy. Oh, the tariff mess. We should ask about the tariff mess. Yes, we should. We should, because it's on again, off again, on again, off again. So there were the massive tariffs against China. By the way, I mentioned last night on Petty Boots that when China originally put 34% tariffs on the US in retaliation. Turns out that 34% actually was for every one of Trump's felony convictions. Yes, indeed. China put 34% retaliatory tariffs against the US because of Trump's 34 felony convictions. Congratulations, you've been trolled by the nation of China. Yeah. Well, anyway, so Dumpy was running all of these ridiculously high tariffs about China. And then it came out that there was an exception for electronics. Well, now the White House is saying, no, there's no exception for electronics at all. So is there or isn't there? It's just chaos. The whole thing's absolute chaos. And even the remaining Koch brother is, last I heard, trying to sue the dumpster fire over these tariffs. A Koch brother. Oh, is Lucky Girl here, you international treasure? Thank you. Thank you for being here. So, I'm going to pull a couple of cards very carefully because we're just going to rest here for a minute. Yes, we are. These are cards. We're just going to spread them out like this, and we're going to ask about. Oh, look at those kitty toes. Look at those kitty toes. They're little kitty toes. You're so good. You're the Bailey Boo. Yes, you are. We're going to ask about the tariffs and the economy because the tariff thing is crazy. It's just crazy. Yes, it is. Ooh. Well, we know he's doing all the awfulness. Yes, he is. Queen of Swords. Legal aggressiveness and awfulness. King of Pentacles. The man who has 6 bankruptcies. Yes, he does. He has 6 bankruptcies. He's like, I don't want to be in this energy. And it ends with justice. So does that mean that they're going to... Hi. So does that mean they're going to do something to stop him? Or is it just going to be more chaos? Oh, yeah. Surprise! I don't have the moon, but I do have Wheel of Fortune. On, off, up, down. Queen of Pentacles. Seriously, I'm getting... This makes me feel seasick. The Emperor and the oligarchs. And the super rich. And this just feels... Have you seen those videos of great big, like, Navy ships and other big ships at sea during really bad storms, and the whole ship is going, down, up, down, up. That's what this feels like. I wish I had better news. Anyway, that's going to actually do it for me for today. We might just sit here for a minute. Just enjoy the purring, the cuteness, and the good energy. Because we're in the middle of this mess. We're going to get out of it. I do not believe we're going to actually lose our democracy. I really don't. The good boy. Can I get this thing to stay there? Not really. It's the way this camera's weighted makes it harder to put it at certain angles. No, it's going to be difficult. All right. The best I can do. So. So how are you faring? Tell me how you're doing, please. How you doing out there? Yes, dear. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. It's windy here in Chicago. Bernadette says a struggle every day. Oof. Oh, Deb, hang in there. Jennifer says we are in the muck. Some cleansing boo-boos and kitty energy is nice. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, Debsy says I'm hanging on by a thread. I'm sorry. B. Smith is saying more rosaries. Good. This kid says worried for sure, trying to keep life together. Amy says us common folk survive all these rich folk creating chaos for millennia. Yes, we have. We have survived it. Ooh, Veronica's planted peas, onions and peas. Starts yesterday. Peas from the greenhouse. Excellent. Cindy Lou says, I've been feeling electric for a week now, and edgy electric. Something's going to happen. Oh, well, we know they'll be Trump will keep on trumping. Oh, Amanda says, I have 2 kitties, Bubba and Maeve, who keep me sane. Oh. Mr. Dill says, I would appreciate my question explanation, please. ASAP, please. Oh, your question up here was about 5540. Mr. Dill was asking, you've talked about planets creating waves. Are these like a stone in a pond or a wave behind a boat? Do larger planets make bigger waves? You can think of it more like we are in a sea of energy. So we're actually in the water. We're in the energetic water. And we're in the energetic water. So that when it's like a current that comes through and affects us. It's like we are in single person deep sea submersibles. Our own individual submersibles or spirits down in these physical bodies. And we have the connection with the umbilical cords going up to our guides and higher selves and all of that. And yes, angels could come down and help and do things, and every once in a while maybe. But it's a lot easier for our guides to send messages to other people around us and say, hey, this person needs some water. So then you go and give that person some water. As far as the planets, bigger waves, I don't know that I think it isn't even necessarily that the outer planets make bigger waves. It's just that we're so used to the inner planets moving around so much that it's like, yeah, okay, I get it. You get used to it. But then the outer planets do something big, and then suddenly all the outer planets are doing something big. And it's like, what is this? Quit eating my plant. Quit it. Quit it. Quit. Just you. Quit it. Sorry. Oh, Linda says, I need prayers to get this apartment fixed by management. Please help. Oh, absolutely. Oh, bless you, Linda. So that is, I hope that answers your question, Mr. Dell. All right, I missed a bunch of stuff in the chat. Sorry. Whew. Girl says Harvard has turned down $9 billion in federal funding, say they will not negotiate over independence or its constitutional rights. Ooh. So just as it's like an island in the Gulf Stream. I don't think of it. The examples you're giving are all surface. They're all on the surface of the water, whereas maybe just because I'm a Scorpio, but I picture us much more being down under the water, and this sea of energy is around us constantly. And so when planets do something, it's a current coming through that can knock people, can be winded, effectively a wind at your back, or it could accidentally knock you up against some rocks if you're not careful, or if there aren't other people trying to help you. So caught in a riptide. Hope says the Parnas Project. The Dumpy was caught on the hot mic discussing deporting American citizens to El Salvador. Well, that's where it's going to go. We know that. This is not it's not a stretch. You know that. He's talked about this. If the Supreme Court doesn't stop him, we know this. We know this. So Veronica says being here is therapy. Thank you. Thank you. And Carol says, I worry that if I am 500 miles from home, doctors and meds, and Dumpy initiates martial law, will that prevent me from driving home? I do not have experience in this, but I follow people who are retired military who talk about these kinds of things, and for what it's worth, those who have experience in this area are saying that the whole martial law idea, it's not workable. I mean, maybe in like one area for a limited amount of time, but you can't put 340 million people under that level of control. You just can't. It's not workable. So Sandra Lee is saying he mentioned it before and sending the homeless as well. Yeah. Yep. Lucky Girl says, and as scary as this all is, we're here for each other. We each support we are each other's support group now more than ever, and hugs to everyone who wants one. Yes, absolutely. So, all right. Oh, Kara says we are retired military. Do you think it's really possible? Do you think there is enough with the fact that you can have National Guard help around the country, but you can't have the army on American soil rounding up American citizens. So it's an illegal order, and all the way down to a private, unlike in some other countries, all the way down to a private, you get an order like that and you say, that's illegal. And as long as they're right, they could say that to a general. Say, that's an illegal order. I will not follow it. So, anyway, okay. So, yeah, Chris Cole says the army can't take illegal orders. There we go. Doreen says all he needs are enough people in charge to follow his orders. But I realize what you're saying about the higher ups giving orders, but those orders have to be followed all the way down the chain of command, from all the way up here to all the way down there. Anyway, hang in there. All right, that's going to do it for me for today. Thank you for being patient with me today. Just seemed like a day we should talk, and should share what extra information I have. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel with Sarah. Sarah's back. And other than that, I'll be right back here tomorrow. More art, more talk, discussion, support, topics. There are too many of us, by the way. Please remember, this man does not have a mandate. He doesn't. There are too many of us. So if anything, go watch some social, like some shorts on YouTube, or if you watch TikTok, whatever, Blue Sky, whatever it is, where you can just see how many Democrats are standing up and saying no, pointing out the failures, pointing out the weakness that Trump and his ilk, well, the weaknesses Trump and his ilk have. So there's so many of us speaking out. Seriously. So please remember, you're not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead. We're just in the thick of it right now. So we'll get through it. I hate to say it, we've been through worse. Can you believe it? And we made it through. Hang in there, and I'll see you. Joyce says there's a YouTube short with a woman yelling, "Stop eating my plant." Did someone make a short of my channel? And I hope I haven't come across as actually yelling. I would never hurt him. Never, never, never. Well, thank you, Angie. Your nails look so pretty. Thank you. All right, take care. Take care. All right, I'll see you later.